It's the NFL.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. They'll start on the ground, ETN.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 21 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
When you put the ball in the end zone 13 times on the season, one thing is apparent. You didn't do it all on your own. Offensive line is creating some nice space for you, and you're probably getting some good blocks downfield from your wide receivers.
From the 29, Lawrence. And this one caught by Max Williams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
On the stick.
On first and 10.
And the ball is knocked out. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Colts in great position here as they get things started. They'll be under the command of the former Florida State Seminole, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, Jameis Winston. Winston now after the fumble recovery.
This one completes Alec Pierce.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Jameis to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And this one is right through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Lawrence to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 32 that time. The defense, they were full on that post route. They just couldn't make the play.
And the offense definitely tried to fool them because you saw the other route combinations, didn't you? Anything that they were running trying to draw attention away from the deep part of the field, but still had it covered, yet they were able to come up with a nice play.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. It was the linebacker, Shaquille Leonard, who applied the heat.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun, Lawrence. It's Williams on the catch. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. From midfield now, Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now ETN to start the drive.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Now Lawrence.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Lawrence will throw.
Looking downfield for Jones.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
On 4th down on his Logan Cook to punt. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Play fake. Winston steps away.
Pass out left, caught by Woods.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
The Colts at 500, 7-7 on the year. And Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7, and it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy.
From just shy of midfield, Winston.
That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he'll find Pittman.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On 1st and 10, Winston.
He'll drop this down to Taylor, and they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job holding to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there.
From the red zone now, Winston. That's complete to Pierce.
And it's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
To throw, Winston.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a first and goal.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys were able to extend their lead.
They go I formation, fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost start, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Jaguars back with it on offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
On 2nd and 7,
Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
First and 10, Taylor now. Brought down at the 20. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They run once more with Taylor.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
As soon as he caught that toss and looked upfield, you could tell they had a big numbers advantage blocking-wise.
They certainly did, which means oftentimes your safety will be unblocked. That means he's got to play it from what they call inside out. Don't let the running back cut back across your face. Keep him pinned to the sideline and go make the tackle.
They'll run here with Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They'll try to throw now. Winston. He'll buy some time right. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Woods. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Off the play fake, Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. If you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Woods. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 3.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, ball's out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. He finds Pierce, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. Over the middle, complete. That's Black. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, it's Taylor, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Oh, he stays up. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Left side, he finds Pierce. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. And now the Colts call on their field goal unit here. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No return here for Clay Brooks, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Complete to Jones.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Back to the ground with Etienne.
A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a one-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the two.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, which to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Winston.
That one finds Pierce right side.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From just shy of midfield, Winston. He finds his man, complete. It's Black.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Winston.
He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted him or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, Winston. He finds his man, complete. It's Pierce. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Jameis to throw it.
Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop it.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 15 now. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Claybrook, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find Jones.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
He'll find Jones again, complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
Lawrence going to throw again. He'll get that underneath ETN. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
From the 44,
Lawrence.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their 1st timeout as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the 2nd half.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Give to Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line.
Come on, set.
A final shot now for Lawrence.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Indianapolis, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.